and happy Friday full moon in Libra to everybody out there. I am KibbyRose. I am your Authortube lesbian psychic stoner. I am here for Psychic Hour that we do every Friday for an hour. We answer your questions. We talk about different things, different concepts regarding the psychic community, the Wiccan community, anything spiritual. I have a special guest with me as always. And if you have a question, follow the instructions of the banner below. Let's get on with our hour. And as always, I have we're going to switch it to the one you like so that you're happy. I have my bestie and my fellow companion in the covenhood of Wiccan and Chaos Magic, Miss Sako Toomey. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Sako Toomey, also known as the Witch of Tilwith-Teg. I've been practicing witchcraft for 30-something years, and my path has taken me to chaos magic in more recent years. So I've been throwing cards since I was 13 years old, and I intend on throwing some cards tonight if it calls for it.
Same here, because I don't know how busy we're going to be tonight, so we're going to keep it. I have a couple of things that I want to look up in regards to some reads and everything else. Let me pop into the chats because I do see two of our people here. Cool Gamer has popped in. Hello, Cool Gamer. I'm glad that you're here. Happy to see you. Let me pop. And Miss Cora. I hear myself. Oh, God, I hate hearing myself.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. And Cora, hi Cora. So for the two people or whoever else is watching, because gosh knows StreamYard doesn't ever do the numbers right. If you have any questions, I can already feel it from Cora. Go ahead and put in the comments question first and then ask your question. It can be anything from personal to anything having to do with me or the whole thing that we work and do here. I wanted to start off with I wanted to do a tarot read. I already discussed this with Sako behind the scenes, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to have her do a tarot poll and me do a tarot poll to see how tonight's going to go. And then I want to see how the reading relates and differs at the same time. So I'm going to shuffle my cards real quick. And you've got the beep, 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 beep going.
Sorry.
So this Libra moon has been very revealing and enlightening for me, I should say.
For me.
I have found out that I have kind of mastered the old game that used to be played on me a lot back in Hollywood when basically, long story short, there was a fellow witch that I confided in for a reading, and she decided to share the details of my reading with someone else. And this, of course, because not only you broke the Wiccan read of betraying a fellow witch after a reading, but karmically it creates chaos. Unfortunately, it was chaos that I was pulled into. I navigated it, frankly. Just be honest. When you're in a situation like that, just be honest. And that's exactly what happened. And all I can say is I just wanted to make sure that this psychic hour was not going to be affected by any reverberations from not only what's going on in my personal life, but also that whole fun situation. So what did you get?
I haven't pulled yet.
Okay, well, I got Justice. I got the 8 of Wands in reverse, and then I got the Devil in reverse.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a good sign.
Yeah. Right. That's a good, like, that to me is just like, okay. Because, when you go through these situations, or at least me anyway, I always want to know where and what, if anything, I did wrong so that I can fix it and I can address it and I can, maybe if it happens again, do better next time. And seeing the Devil in reverse, definite, and Justice upright, yeah, that makes me far more confident in what I went through and how I'm feeling about it. So basically, Justice upright, guys, means that, well, there's a couple of ways it can mean. In my situation, more than likely, it means that you're going to be, justice is going to be tested, and you're going to have to, like, the whole situation was started by injustice that was going to have to be rectified. The Eight of Wands in reverse, that's what I'm looking up, because that I don't know off the top of my head. And always remember, guys, when it comes to tarot cards, the cards can mean different things based on the context of the reading. So, yeah, love and enthusiasm. So, love and enthusiasm was in reverse. Yeah, because I definitely put up my guards through this whole thing, and I was just like, what did you get? Justice?
The star reverse.
The star reverse.
That's your disinterest. That's
I was like, I'm not playing this game. Nope.
And you got super emotionally invested.
Well, that's because it was my reading. It was my private reading.
And here's our professional.
So what is that saying?
That's the magician.
So what is that saying to you about it?
That is saying you have the skill set and like you are a master of your domain. So
why do I feel like this was a test too for me from my angels? Like, this whole situation was like, okay, we're going to put you through the same BS that you've been through in San Diego, and we're going to see if you can handle it. And I think I handled it. And obviously, I thought I handled it better. The cards on my end said I handled it better, and the cards on your end said I handled it better. So when you've got 3 confirmations, that's what you roll with, right? So, yeah. All right, that makes me feel a lot better. I'm just, Cora knows, Sako knows. I'm that type of person. Like, even if I wasn't wrong in the situation, I want to know if I was, because I want to fix it. Okay, question. Miss Cora's coming in with a question. I had a feeling, but will my husband get the help he needs and finally feel better? Sako, you pull some cards on this, because I already got hesitate. It's
gonna be an uphill battle.
Yep, that's exactly what I saw. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy.
It's gonna be work.
It's gonna be work. I am seeing the end result will be worth it. It's not going to be an instant fix. It's not going to be, you're looking at probably two years of work here before he is up to a level of where he actually says he feels better.
It took me a long time.
Yeah. From what I can see, it's going to be an uphill battle in the right direction. But once it's going to be one of those things where, tell me if I'm wrong about this, Sako.
Well, this is finally reaping the rewards of your effort, of a great deal of effort. There is a strong sense of responsibility with this card, for while there is fulfillment and energy, there are new burdens. The dream is no longer a lofty idea, but the concrete reality that requires a lot of hard work. You may feel overworked and stressed, and this card urges you to figure out a more long-term way of dealing with these challenges. Perhaps delegating tasks is necessary.
Like I said, it's going to be a good year before he actually is to the point where he says he feels better. But it's going to be one of those things where he wakes up one day and he's like, you know what?
Might need meds.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where after a minute, he's going to wake up one day and be like, I actually feel better. Like he's going to compare that day to a year ago, and he's going to realize just how much better he's doing. So yes, he's going to get the help. Yes, it's going to be good, but it's going to be an uphill battle, which with most medical stuff, it usually is. I actually did a reading for a private client yesterday that said exactly that yes, she's going to get the help, but it's going to be an uphill battle. How am I doing today? Good, actually. I'm doing fantastic today. Surprisingly, even with the chaos that I just discussed. The one unfortunate thing about this, or the one, well, fortunate but unfortunate thing about this situation is the person that did my reading really did help me. She really was phenomenal at what she did. I was able to do some manifesting and do some mirror work and do some cleansing and under the full moon. And it really did help. that's the hard part of this for me is she betrayed the privacy of the reading by discussing it with someone else, and it created absolute chaos. And as a practitioner and a psychic and someone who has a whole sword of clients, that is something that I could never imagine doing to one of my own clients, whether they were new or not, whether they were paying me or not. So I'm actually doing phenomenal. I just have some residual nerves because I'm hesitant about that situation. It just frankly sucked. Like
Yeah.
the long and the short of it, it just frankly sucked. Somebody decided to tell someone else about my reading, and it created chaos, and it did not need to happen. So, but thank you for asking. I am doing great. And I move in 6 days. So I am excited but nervous, but a little paranoid, a little, all the emotions about moving and picking up and moving your life and starting over. So, but other than that, I'm doing good. Compared to 2 days ago, night and day. Definitely. Exotica! Hey, should I be writing? I should be writing, but tomorrow will be my day to focus. Well, do you have any questions? I mean, we can even do a psychic read on your books, guys, on your projects or whatever else. Thank you. I have a feeling he will need me at least by his side while he figures things out. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Remember, you're not his therapist.
Yes. But you are his companion.
Yes.
And you're not his punching bag either.
Yes.
So it's good. Like you are going to probably have to create strong boundaries for a minute.
Some of that stuff he's going to have to do himself, but he might need your support.
I mean, he might have to disappear for a day or two and go think, and then come back, and you're going to have to be the kind of wife that can just kind of let him go and not ask any questions and just wait for him to come back. How are you
doing? I'm doing good. I made some progress in my burnout by drawing for 2 hours, which was good progress for me. I am going to a concert right after this where I'm going to be shooting some bands. So that is my current state.
And if this was 6 days later, I'd be going with you. If I could afford it for a ticket, I would not expect to get.
I don't think there's a cover.
Oh, then I would definitely be going with you for sure. And I actually pulled some cards for you, my dear. Oh. Well, it's good news, except you're going to be a hermit for a minute. So you got the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Swords in reverse. Then you got the High Priestess.
Nice.
Then you got the Hermit.
I think you're going on a personal quest with this book. That and mostly keeping it to yourself, I think.
There's something about this. Yeah, you hit that on the head, Sako, because I can see that there's something about this book that she's not revealing to anybody else, but it's a deep, dark secret that she is revealing through a book.
Ooh.
And there's going to be some personal healing through this. You are going to have to kind of hide yourself away, though, because as soon as the Hermit came up, I just saw her.
But you're gonna wanna.
Yeah, I saw her kind of going to a cabin in the woods and drinking tea for a minute. You know what I mean? Kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna hide away for a minute. But it's not a negative, it's a positive. Like it's a self-healing, positive type thing. Yay for concerts. Yes. What was your first concert, Sako? First concert ever?
Pink Floyd at RFK Stadium in DC.
Mine was Tim McGraw. I
was like 13 years old.
Mine was Tim McGraw. I was 17. It was at Jack Murphy Stadium before it became Qualcomm Stadium. That's so cool. Anyway, how funny. 2 completely different genres, and we're still friends. All right. Do we have any more questions?
Because otherwise, we'll just.
Otherwise, I'm going to pull for some people that I'm thinking of and see what the cards have to say, because I'm curious. Because I don't feel bad looking now that I know that my karma is clean in it. If you know what I mean?
Yes.
So let's look at this person, shall we?
Yeah, that Airbnb is that hermit and high priestess in action. So if you're thinking about it, I would say do it.
I was going to say, if you're thinking about it, the cards are straight up telling you to do it. They kind of need you to go hide away. You know, there might be something about this that you don't even realize that is there until it comes to the surface. Well, I was just told to reshuffle because I started reading on an exoticas on that. Okay, I'm going to mute my.
Okay.
Figured out why. When I tried to tap into her again, she put up a privacy block on me, so I had to go to the universal line instead of her personal. Temperance in reverse.
Ooh.
10 of Cups upright. 5 of Wands in reverse.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so maybe this was a lesson for her as well. To write.
Well, definitely rewards.
Definitely
for
rewards.
Your trouble.
All right, I want to look this up real quick, and I want to see if it's matching what my head is saying. Lessons to have patience with others and not against them. Harmony can prevail if we work together after all. That's Temperance in reverse. Or no, that's Temperance upright. Sorry. Poor business management, not listening to other people, unfortunate combinations, lack of good judgment.
Impatience.
Lack of good judgment. That's what it is. It was lack of good judgment. And then the 10 of Cups, which is interesting because the 10 of Cups, you would not expect to get after a lack of good judgment. But like I said,
but it pays off.
Yeah. Well, karmically, sometimes a mistake can be a reward. You just don't realize it yet. When it comes up, you're expecting the happiness you've always wanted. You've realized your hopes, dreams, and desires. Lasting happiness inspired from above can be an indication of marriage or happy family.
Yep.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe. 5 of Wands. Harmony will once again prevail. Yeah. So maybe her poor lack of judgment is going to be teaching her a lesson that will, maybe this situation happened on purpose because it made her reevaluate her poor judgment.
Maybe.
I don't know, but according to the card, that actually makes me feel better because I was really worried about that. I was like, so hopefully maybe she realized what she did wrong and she's rectified her mistake.
Maybe.
Which quite possibly could have happened. I mean, she was a very powerful person and she came off very smart. This was just a small little mistake. Oh, small but big, but you know what I mean. A beautiful red cardinal has hopped by to sing. So beautiful. I love birds. Cardinals have been popping next to me lately too, but it is springtime. So what do you do when you pull 2 opposing cards? One says yes, the other says no.
Not necessarily.
Go ahead.
I think together they tell, like, the reason why it's a 3-card spread, it's not 1 and then 2 and then 3. All of them together make a story, right? So it's not so much a yes and a no. Like, for instance, the bad decision, the bad judgment, right? And yet you still have, like, the gratification that you want from your family. You still have your freedom and peace after arduous combat, right?
For
So
me, it's past, present, and future.
I don't do the past, present, future. I do one.
See, I do past, present, future. I go by what happened, what has caused the problem, where they are currently, and what the future holds.
Sure.
That's how I do it. So the misjudgment was her past, what she did that created the chaos. The present was she must have, that's why I was thinking that she must have learned a lesson, because the present was the 10 of Cups and then showing harmony at the end. So it all depends, to answer your question, Exotica, depends on how the person wants to read the cards.
Mm-hmm.
For Sako, she does a story. For me, it's past, present, and future. But for me, I do it that way because when I see the past, I'm able to see down the past timeline, lifeline. When I do the present, same. When I do the future, same. So I can see all 3 timelines simultaneously. It's just, nobody teaches anybody how to read cards. Or I wasn't. Were you? Kind of?
I am writing a book on, like, so in my explanation book for the Light Eater's Tarot, I also have tips on how to be a better card thrower.
But it's not
So
like you can take a class and there's a standard way to read
correct
tarot cards. It all depends on, like, yeah. Overflow. That's not a question, cool gamer.
That's not a question, cool gamer.
But Sako has some sick ass clothes. I'll admit that. She's got quite the wide range of rock to
techno, apparently.
To what was the cartoon characters you were wearing on the pajama pants?
Oh, yeah.
I love it. You never know what she's gonna get. You never know what you're gonna
Kittens
get.
and unicorns on my pajama pants.
But yeah, like, and the same with being a psychic. Like, a lot of people ask me how I became a psychic, and the truth is I just, it's kind of like chaos magic. You work with things, come to you, and you figure out what works and you figure out what doesn't. For the longest time, I thought I was schizophrenic, and I realized that I wasn't necessarily schizophrenic. It was just I was listening to the wrong ones. I wasn't trusting my gut instinct, and instead I was listening to the things that sounded more fun to do. And yeah, and it starts, I mean, for me, from what I've seen and in other children as well, for most psychics, let's pretend never ends. Like, they never grow out of let's pretend. It's part of, like, their imaginary friends are a little too real. I've discovered that a lot of people that had those were psychics. Question: what are you
just
drinking?
Finished a cup of coffee.
Same. On coffee. 9 times out of the 10 is coffee. Sako, after 5 o'clock, might be on wine or mead or something along those lines.
Vodka, yeah.
Kibby very rarely diverts from coffee, and if she does, it's tea. So, or Sprite. I think it's, yeah, Sprite's my other addiction. I'm a very simple creature. Besides, I would love to drink on a Friday night, but I have to work after this. And being drunk and trying to do psychic reads, yeah, angels mess with you. They do. They like to mess with you. So I learn not to drink or be intoxicated while I do psychic reads. Carney R wanted me to ask how her and Honey Badger's trip to LA is going to go. She couldn't be here today because she is getting her grandchild. Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
Are they taking the grandchild? Because I just heard it. The plane ride is going to be a pain in the. I don't know if it's maybe because of it's going to be overcrowded or they're going to have a loud child with them, but or if Mr. Badger is not used to being on a plane. I don't know what this is. Sako, you pull a card because I'm seeing the trip is going to go great in LA. It's just the plane right there.
It's going to be super comfortable.
You being sarcastic?
No, not at all.
Oh, good. What am I saying about that? Well, and I just pulled the High Priestess.
Beautiful lady in a beautiful garden card.
And I just pulled the High Priestess.
So
her trip's going to go good. She's going to be happy and okay, no grandchild with her. Honey Badger is from England. She is from Missouri. Well, from the cards and what Sako, see, I still see the plane is not going to be that fun, but the rest of the trip, like whatever they're doing in LA, it's going to be a blast. It's just somebody's going to be grumpy wumpy on the plane. I wonder if their plane is early in the morning or they're doing a red eye.
Oh, maybe.
Because it's just that I see somebody's just going to be, it's like I don't know why, but I just saw her saying, I sure hope you don't have this attitude for the whole trip.
Mm-mm.
So I'm wondering if it's an early flight or a red eye and he's grumpy wumpy. But other than that, it's going to be a good trip. We've got a half an hour left and I am so on it. I'm ready for it. Yeah, I can see Connie being grumpy wumpy on the plane if it's early.
Yeah.
Connie? Well, Connie is kind of, yeah. It could be Connie. I see it more of a masculine energy that's being grumpy wumpy, but I could be wrong.
Good night, Exotica.
Good night. Going to head out to get dinner together. Ooh. But thank you for your read, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great night, friends. You too, girl. Cora, give me a question, girl. I know that you've got one. You've held back for a while, even in coffee, so I know you're bound to have at least one. Mr. V!
Mr. V, hey,
Mr.
how's it going?
V, do you want a reading, bud? You know, I was kind of panicked that tonight we were going to have trolls and a bunch of problems, and it's actually ending up being really quiet and slow, and I'm not complaining.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. Do you got a question, Mr. V, that we can answer for you? Whoa. That just hit hard. He's smiling. I'm thinking of some. You have to think of them. The way I was just going to say the way Cora's mind processes, it's like she's got 15 things going at once. She's got to isolate.
How's my night going to go?
I was just about to say I'm going to do your night. That's so weird. All right, we're going to do Sako's night. That's so funny that I was just about to say that. Stop reading my mind.
And strength. Okay, so it's going to take some. Probably not going to be the best night.
Oh, well, 10 of Swords. Sako.
10 of Swords.
10 of Swords.
I did not get the 10 of Swords.
9 of Cups and the Moon in reverse.
Damn. Your deck is being mean.
My deck is being mean. Hey, Michaela! Do you have a question for us, Michaela? Y'all, throw us some questions. Anything. It could be about your finances. Could be about.
I think it's the evening because of the moon and everything like that. I tend to let go of those things that no longer serve me anyway. So letting go of things that no longer serve me, tapping into my community and strength.
And I've got, why did they give you the 10 of Swords?
Crying over spilt milk.
Maybe it's just going to be difficult getting there, or like you're going to have difficulties getting there or getting things set up. I'm thinking anxiety, misery, and pain. Medical or legal help, truly unfortunate conditions and sad circumstances.
Among other things.
Well, that's past. So that's maybe just your anxiety about the situation that's happening in the background.
I have been like wondering what is going on with tonight, no matter what.
Well, the Eight of Cups, dissatisfied with their present mode of life or want something higher. Past concerns of worries of the material world. Something is different, something feels off. So your gut instinct is telling you that something is off about tonight.
Yeah.
And then let me look at the moon in reverse. And I flipped straight.
Danger, Will Robinson. Maybe I should take my knife.
You'll need to take practical consideration into account and good karma and harness good common sense when the moon is in reverse.
Oh.
So you might be right in needing to take something with you. It might go down tonight there. So you might need to take something to protect yourself, because straight up it's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, just be careful tonight then, please.
Okay.
I don't like that. Cora! Can't say too much because it's just talk now. Will Boss Life and I get to have the experience that is just talk and a dream come true right now? Oh, that's going to happen? I don't even have to check the cards on that. Your angels came in strong on this. I don't know what's going on with this, but your angels are referencing that you're already walking down a new path. And inevitably, you are sensing the right thing. Will the dream come true? They're referencing, be careful what you wish for. Sometimes we get handed what we wish for, and it's not what we think it's going to be. And they're also bringing in whoever this is. Make sure that you know exactly who they are. There's something about them that's very, they're a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Ooh.
Is what I'm getting. They're wearing a disguise. Like, they keep showing me this person taking off a disguise. Sorry. Your phone lost signal. But yeah, so whoever that is, Core, just be careful. It's a sheep in wolf's or a wolf in sheep's clothing, and be careful what you wish for, because not everything that we wish for comes to fruition the way we think it's going to be. Why don't you, pull the cards. You see what it says on that. Mr. V, give me a question, because I know you got one.
Ace of Cups.
Yay. Am I off tonight?
New relationship?
Well, that's what I saw, was a new relationship, but the relationship might not be everything that it's.
Your deck is being like,
I didn't do my deck.
It's super good, but also this.
Well, I'm such a lawyer when it comes to this stuff. Come on. I didn't even pull my deck on that one.
Decks are.
I didn't pull my deck on that one.
So I feel like decks all have personalities, and they can communicate differently.
I didn't pull my deck on that one. I just read it.
I know.
Oh.
I think there's going to be a new understanding of your relationship with Boss Life, and like it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, but I'm seeing that this Boss Life person is a wolf in sheep's clothing. See, I'm still seeing it as just be careful what you wish for. Sometimes what you wish for doesn't come to fruition the way you wish it. Like the end result is different than what you imagined. That's very interesting. Well, Sako saw a new relationship. I saw, and that's what I see.
Well, she's gonna be able to see it coming either way.
Yep.
So
just be smart about it. Will your books ever be as famous as Tolkien's world?
Probably not.
I was just about to say, I would love to say yes, but your angel straight up came in with the success of your book is based on the first month.
But success is subjective. So, you know, I think you'll still be happy with its success.
It's just not going to be a Tolkien's world.
I just don't think it's going to be as prominent in pop culture as Tolkien.
But there is your angels are referencing the books you've already put out now. They are when I tapped into something you're working on, there is one that you're working on that could be at that level. But right now it's just a manuscript and you're not paying attention to it. You put it on the back burner for something else. So there's something else. Well, and with how many projects you probably got, Mr. V, I can only imagine. Can be lovable dork, but actually someone on Facedown's page was doing readings and said the same thing. New relationship, wondering if the person is connected to him. And that might explain the wolf in sheep's clothing. Because this could be that Boss Life is leading you to whomever this person is. But like I said, I'm still hearing, just be careful what you wish for. Oh, wow.
And back to the hermit. So I don't know.
The angels were just wow. Okay, so that just threw me off of what I was reading.
You gotta love yourself before you can love others, I guess.
Well, and that's kind of where they were going with this is sometimes when you manifest a vision or you wish for something, you wish for it as the person that you could be in the vision and not as the person that you are. And that can often derail the manifestation. Because for one of my clients, she keeps wanting her knight in shining armor. However, she doesn't want to do anything to get herself to a level where she would be recognized by a knight in shining armor, such as getting even a part-time job, getting off of welfare, doing things that would elevate her to another level. And I've told her so many times that in order to find the type of man that you want, you have to elevate yourself. So
I did.
Huh?
I had to.
I had to. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. Wow. What, Mr. V? I love when they do that. Wow. My clients do that. They just put wow, and it's like,
what is wow?
What? Which part of it was wow? But I love that. At least we got a wow. I love the wows because it's like, yeah.
I think what you're working on now is probably going to be your most successful release yet.
I'm hearing his heart is in it. Like, it's not just a project. Like, his heart is actually in it. You put some, whatever one you're working on, you're putting some soul into it. And that's where connecting to your
audience is going to be.
Is going to be key. Put some sensitivity in your work, Mr. V, and it will take, actually, you're already doing it. Yes, sometimes being a little sappy does sell books. I'm just going to say that. For Cora, whatever direction this situation is going, I don't know why they're coming in with this on you for some reason, but they're referencing whatever direction you choose to go with this, it's the right direction because you're already walking down this path. Whatever comes is already, it's kind of preordained or whatever. Like they're kind of major arcanons. They're, no matter what, you're going to have to go through them. It's not avoidable at this point. I will be very cautious. What he is doing for you are right. He wants the recognition. Me, I just want the smaller attention. Yeah, and there's something about this where, yeah, just be cautious. You're already down this path, so you're going to have to be extra cautious because, yeah, you're going to have to get to the end of this path before you can divert anywhere else. Unfortunately, they're referencing, I don't know if this is true, you'll have to confirm it, but they're referencing that this is something you asked for or wished for. And
well, that was is it just a dream come true?
Yeah.
Or is it just talk?
No, but they actually, she must have said verbally out loud, like, I really want this. Because they're saying that she put energy into it. This wasn't like she directed herself in this direction.
He wants that recognition. Me, I just want the smaller attention.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you're going to have to be careful because he could be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, and he could be one of those where if he thinks that you having or collabing with you is going to make his channel take off and it doesn't, he could blame you instead of being one of those creators who said, okay, that didn't work. Let's go back, reassess, go a different direction and see if that works. He's one of those who should be like, well, it didn't work with you. Sorry, bye. So just be careful. See, and I was wondering because I saw a relationship too, but I'm like, girl, you're married. Like, why are you starting a new relationship, but new business?
It might not be a love relationship.
Yeah, it's a business relationship. That's why I was
yeah.
So I was like, girl, why are you starting a new relationship? There shouldn't be no new relationship.
Might be really close.
They're similar in energies for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely resonate on the same frequency, which is probably why, because Corin, I love you, girl, but you can be a bit of a dork too sometimes. Have you seen Cora's recent scam baiter videos with her playing the character from her book? Oh, I think she's talking to hubby. Cora, I love those videos where you're the influencer. I think it's hilarious every single time you're like, oh, well, I have my Instagram up because I'm posting pictures onto my Instagram. And they just like, you can almost hear the eye roll in their voice. I love it. I absolutely love it. Is it something that would be a dream come true because I wanted this for a very long time and Boss Life is more successful than me on TikTok? Yes. And yes, I did verbally say it. So you did verbally say it. Now, just be careful when you verbally speak things because oftentimes your angels do have to abide by it, whether it's the right direction to go or not. It's almost like going, okay, fine. I guess we're going down the big slide instead of the little one. Let's go. And then they're behind you going, all right, let's go down the big slide. So that's kind of where your angels are right now is like, girl, the small slide was right there. And you're all right. You wanted the big slide. You voiced the big slide. We're taking you down the big slide. Fine. Your angels are with you, but just know they're not too happy about this. The negative energy that I don't know this for fact, but they're referencing that the negative energy that they're going to have to keep at bay while working with this person is going, it's going to wear them out. So you're going to need to do more self-care, more saging, more replenishing of the good vibes. So I don't know if this applies to Cora, but I know it doesn't apply to Sako. But if you have been baptized and you know the Holy Prayer is an instant refuel for your angels. Just so you know. So if you have been baptized and even if you haven't had your first communion or confirmation, if you've been baptized and you know the Holy Prayer, saying it once is a full recharge for your angels. So just know that in case anybody can use it.
I had a bolt.
Yep, I had a feeling. I knew it. I was like, it's dinner time, isn't it?
No, but my ride is here.
Oh, well, have a fun time at your concert, Sako.
All right. See you guys later.
Ride. Take some good pictures and please be safe because, yeah.
Of course.
The upside down moon.
All right. Catch you later.
Bye. All right. Well, we lost Sako, but I'm still here for you. But we only got 15 minutes left. So if you guys want, I can talk a little bit about me and how I work psychically and everything else, unless anybody else has got any more questions for me. Yeah, I can see why. They would probably frustrated because it would more likely put me surrounded by untrustworthy people. No, it's more along the lines of, okay, boss life is successful, but maybe not through the best vibrations possible. Okay, here's a perfect example. David Dobrik. If you worked with David Dobrik, you have a dark cloud hanging over you permanently. Unless you go to somebody and get it cleansed, the environment that David Dobrik created for his employees and everyone else, the amount of negativity that was just the poor man is spewing negativity. I wish he would go somewhere and go to a cleanser and just have them whitewash him, because the poor man is just spewing negative energy. This boss life is not anywhere near as bad. However, there are certain creators that choose to do certain things in order to advance their channel certain ways. And unfortunately, there is a karmic cost for it. Oftentimes, people will tell you being successful will cost you. Some people don't realize that it will cost you karmically. And so there's just, he's got and with how much your angels are already keeping some things at bay, the added work is just going to deplete them more. So having the safeguards up, like having salt at your front door, so if anything does try to see, the good news is you're not physically going to see these people. So that means that nothing can latch onto you personally. However, they can travel down electrical lines. They can use electrical wires because technically we all are connected through electrical lines. They can use those to travel. That's why I always have guards up around my computer when I do my psychic work, simply for that reason. So just make sure that before you go, even just carry sage in your pocket or in your purse. Before you go, sage. As soon as you get back, sage. Do so, I personally would look up a little cleansing bath that you could do at home, a home remedy cleansing bath. I wish my books weren't packed, but you can look into that and do a cleansing spell in the bath too. So, question: will I get to publish any of my books in the future? Because it's kind of hard to do that here in Greece. Yes. However, they keep telling me that you're actually not going to publish in Greece. The platform you're going to publish onto is actually an American-based publishing company. You're going to need to do some research. Your angels are referencing, they already kind of have an idea of a way they're going to lead you. You just haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, from what I can see, you're actually going to, I don't know why, but they're telling me you're going to actually publish it first on an American platform before you publish it in Greece. This could be because like Amazon or companies like that are American owned or American based. So don't think that just because I'm saying that it's only going to come out in America first. It could just be the company is based in America. Yeah, because they're referencing too that one of your little books is going to take off in your local community quickly and fast. So yeah, your angels definitely have a plan in place for you. They're also just referencing you haven't quite gotten to the point yet where they can lead you to the right publisher. Tell me if I'm wrong on that, because have you done anything yet to look for a publishing company or actually like not just scan things, but actually legitimately deep dive into it. Because that's when your angels would take control. When you're serious about it, that's when your angels take control. Your phone keeps dying. Plug it in. Plug it in. Plug it in. You're not the only one I know whose phone keeps dying. Modern technology these days. Also, here's another fun tidbit for you, Mr. V, and for anybody else. If you have an iPhone and you plug it in every night, even if the battery's not dead, and then you wonder why your battery can't seem to keep a charge after a while, that's why. The actual guide for iPhones tells you to not plug in your phone unless it's completely dead, and to not leave it plugged in overnight. Because and I did this to my computer. I actually did this to my laptop. For some reason, their batteries work in a way where if you keep them plugged in, they continue to charge even if they're full, and it can blow the battery. It can prevent the battery from keeping a charge, which is something that happened to my old laptop. So, Mr. V, well, I have a feeling that you're one of those that plugs it in every night before you go to bed, and you always wonder why your phone batteries never seem to last. Another tidbit for anyone who is like me and is powerful, if you notice that like watches go blank on you, or like especially old school watches, the old digital ones, I can't wear them. You do affect your phone battery. I personally don't. I have one of these because if I hold my phone while I'm on it, it will die. I will literally watch the battery just drain, almost like I myself am using the battery from my phone. I know a couple other people that this coincidentally happens to when they hold their phone. So just know that if you are a powerful person and you have problems with electronics, it could simply be because you are a powerful person and you are messing with your electronics. So, like my grandmother back in the day, back in the 60s, she used to, the watch batteries, she'd have to get them replaced like every 2 weeks because for some reason her watches could never keep a battery. And I bet you nowadays, if I could talk to her, she's no longer here yet, but if I could talk to her, I bet you we would probably share the same information regarding cell phones and stuff. Thank you. I will definitely keep your advice in mind. Well, good. Well, and you can always I mean, girl, you've kind of got free access to me, so you can always come in and check on it. I mean, I know I called you out on it, but that was just so you were aware of it. You are still allowed to come and ask me questions. I know you've been hiding. Michaela, no, I haven't looked for a publishing house for Sirius yet because I don't feel like my writing is there yet. And your angels are referencing that. That's why, yeah, they have an idea. They have a path. They already know. You got to remember, angels plan so far in advance, but they can only plan somewhat so far in advance because of free will. Something like your book that they know you're working on, they have paths laid out in the future for the next steps already decided. It's just they're waiting for you to get there. It's a way for them to be able to guide and pay attention to the present without overwhelming themselves. It's kind of like they create little, well, for me, I see them as like flags, like red flags, green flags, and white flags. So, but you have, God, okay, with your book, you're on one path with your book right now, then it splits into 3 paths, and then on one of those 3 paths is the publishing path, and then on that path, you have about 4 other paths that extend from there. So like I said, your angels have a plan. It all depends on how you are going to walk it. So take your time. Don't put a deadline on yourself. Angels don't have a deadline on these timelines. If you're thinking that, oh, I have to get to a point for them to be able to do it. Now, the markers move as life moves. If they have to push it back a little bit, they can, if it's feasible. Because they work with, I mean, angels are never sleeping. They are communicating with other angels, with other entities, with other forces, on other timelines, with other, it's very much, it's almost like a huge talk a little gossip circle back there sometimes. But they do this because depending on your free will choice, they can direct you accordingly based on, because every time you come into contact with somebody new, guess what your angels are doing? Talking to their angels, getting the reload down, figuring out what's going on. And when you get that feeling that something's off, like, you know how you pass by people and you're just, I don't like them. It could be two things. Your pheromones, which are a natural thing that our body gives off to attract and detract different things. But it's also your angels going, I don't like the way those angels vibrate. I don't like where they resonate, and we're going to move on. So just know when you get that inkling that maybe, ooh, my nose just itched. The tip of my nose too. Ooh, does that mean money's coming? Just know that sometimes when you get that off feeling about somebody, that's sometimes either your energy not resonating with them, or even your angels letting you know that their energy does not resonate. Like they don't like the energy that those people are resonating on. So I am going to end it there. I have to work in an hour with my clients, but I am so glad that I got to be here with you guys tonight on this Friday full moon and be able to share some stuff and be able to relax and just hang out and answer some questions. Thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. If there's no more questions, I think I'm going to pop out for the night, if that's okay with everybody. You're very welcome, Cora. And also, girl, you need to get your butt in coffee. Just saying. And Michaela, you're very welcome for the answer as well. All right, guys, I am KibbyRose. I am your lesbian psychic Authortube stoner. I do sprints Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m., which could possibly be changing based on my mood, or my mood too. Y'all know. And then on Fridays, I do psychic hour streams. Today was a little quiet, but we'll see what happens next week. Come and join me if you liked the channel and you liked what you saw. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below. Also, Sako Tumi's channel is linked in the description, so go ahead and check her out. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great night, and don't do anything on this full moon I wouldn't do. Okay? Bye!